Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Case. We're back in the Nook, new Nook.
Nook part 2. Nook 2. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm eating a snow cap and feeling terrific.
Snow caps.
It was meant for your child. I said yes to them.
Rummaged right into them. They're really much looking forward to them tomorrow.
They're pure sugar.
Yeah, someone sent them to them for a birthday.
That's an interesting
I haven't seen
gift.
a snow cap in a while.
It's like a movie theater treat, but happy to have it in the home.
Yeah. Now, Danielle, something's happened to you this week that's really upsetting.
Look, I had a misunderstanding.
As many of you may know, we were, of course, recently nominated for People's Choice Award for this podcast.
And the people had spoken, or so I thought. Yeah. We are People's Choice nominees. I mean,
and when you hear nominee, like Emmy nominee, Oscar nominee, you automatically think.
And in the email that we got, I mean, I assumed someone would show up at my door and unfurl a scroll or something, and that was not to be.
It was an email.
It is an award of the people, and so it's not like an Oscar nomination, I guess.
But you would think that there is an award show,
and it said there's a ceremony. I believe it's like at some Santa Monica hangar or something like that. And so there is a show. I've watched it on the television before, and so I was like, oh my God, I must prepare. I must get my glam together.
Get a dress. Yeah,
I think it's in November. So I immediately upon nomination
that day
found a dress and bought it.
Only for us to find out we're not invited. Now, Casey, that was hard to hear.
Casey had to tell me. She said, I don't think we're going. And I go, oh, we're going.
She goes, we're going. I have a dress. I said, you bought a dress today? Like within 5 hours, you had a sequin, like breast bearing. I was like, I'm going to bring the ladies out for the occasion. You really thought it through in such a short amount of time.
It felt important. I literally was like, I know exactly I went from like finding the news to click on neimanmarcus.com.
Yeah. And it's a gorgeous dress.
Gorgeous dress. Is it on sale? Of course. Is it returnable? No.
And what we found out is that there's so many categories. Like one category is like young female pop star kisser.
Yeah. Like again, there's a bunch of
categories. And there's many. We heard like we'll be contacted if we win, and then we can go. So honestly, I want people to vote for us just so you can wear your dress.
Because guys, I cannot return this dress. So
and we know how Danielle feels about it.
I don't buy a dress willy-nilly from Mr. Neiman Marcus, if that is his name.
Yeah, you don't.
I'm an H&M girl.
It made me so upset that you bought it that day.
You did. You said, Danielle. And you're like, is there another occasion to wear it to perhaps? And I said, no, Casey.
It's quite formal. It is quite formal, that dress.
And so everyone, please find it in your hearts and find it in your mouse, if you still have a mouse to click on, or what are people using now?
A mouse?
I don't have a mouse either. I'm not 100, I promise.
If you could find it in your mouse to click on us, that would be great.
Best Pop Podcast. Don't make that dress sit in my closet. You know what? I'm going to wear that dress to this podcast every taping. Yeah. I need to get use out of this dress.
We'll wear it for the live shows. We'll do what we can.
I need to find a place to put this dress on. So please. Otherwise, I'm going to be wearing it at home.
Yeah.
And there's nothing sadder than a woman in a very short cleavage-bearing dress with her children. At the farmer's market on a Sunday. I can only
hope that you get to wear that dress.
It's really up to the people.
It's in your hands now.
It's in your hands, listeners. So just think of it. Think of me eating a burrito in that dress. And unless you want to see that, vote for me.
Vote for us. Now, Danielle, today we have a very special guest. VIP.
Oh, yes.
VIP.
One of the funniest fucking people
The funniest motherfucker.
Had the privilege to work with.
Yes.
To call friends.
It's an honor to know this person because he's so fucking funny. He's already been killing me with his comments. He has caught up with the shows tonight. Is he the most longtime watcher? No, but he's the most longtime funny person we've had on here.
He was a watcher way back, took time, but as he said to us, he's like, everybody's the same, even the new people.
Yeah.
They don't change.
What's It's new is old again.
Sure.
Please welcome actor, writer,
comedian,
friend,
podcaster,
Yassir Lester.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Can we just talk about everything that y'all have been talking about first?
Yeah, please.
What?
Wait. Why can't you return? Is it a pride can't return the dress?
It's on sale.
Danielle would never let her pride keep her from returning something.
So you were like, I'm gonna ball out, and then you bought something on sale.
It was still expensive.
Okay.
Even Marcus is an expensive store.
I know, but I'm just okay.
Yeah.
But was the idea that like, you know, we were podcasters, but this is like
This is our
time to shine.
This is all we have.
How could what other awards? There's no podcasties.
Right.
Like there's
this
is it. Not that I know
I feel
of.
like we get something.
Now I'm
we
like,
should make them
maybe
up.
we should make them up and we should
I
post
don't
it.
want to make up an award. I want an award, a legit goddamn award.
Yeah, like the People's Choice Award, something legit.
I forgot I have been nominated for a Streamy, and I did forget that I had a nomination in the past.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Jesus.
Just saying, I have to.
Okay.
This is my first rodeo.
We heard.
But also, so it was hours.
Hours.
You got nominated, and then that means you literally got the news and then got in a car.
No. I got
you got online.
She got online.
I got
quick
online.
As she could. She got that mouse out and
Click, click, click.
That's
You're going to post a photo on your Instagram.
Yes, I want everyone to see the dress.
you have it.
No, it has not arrived yet.
Okay.
But I have a picture of it for my purchase order.
Well, can't you sell it to like Crossroads and get like 1/90th of the value?
That is not an option. No.
But here's why I say this.
Okay.
I'm very much into the idea of like certain objects holding like a certain amount of power or energy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like because
like
now,
your Gucci ring.
Yes, like my Gucci ring.
You have a Gucci ring?
I have my girlfriend Chelsea, who was a guest on your show as well, Chelsea Devontes, got me because I literally in passing once was like, it would be cool to have a ring. That's all I said. She went out and bought me this like insane lion's head ring with like teeth.
She didn't buy you 50 cupcakes?
I will say this, my agent before, and this is like so corny in Hollywood, I'm sorry. My agent every year for my birthday buys me donuts, and I'm like, buy me anything else. Like, pretend you care a little bit. You know?
The last thing I got from my agents was a candle that had been like a gold label was put up, but like a metal label.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like a candle that's like embossed with your name on it, and it said Nick Offerman.
Stop!
It's just a mistake. Yeah,
that's tough.
But
my agents. This conversation is so creepy.
Yeah.
But
what do you think, listeners? What do you hate about when your agent sends you?
What kind of shit do they send you?
I have my writing partner Donna, also one of my closest, my nearest and dearest. She gets every year for her birthday like a bunch of cupcakes from our agent.
Yeah.
And then every year I get nothing.
Oh, that's
and I think I've decided, I've explained to myself that it's because it's over the Christmas holidays, so they're not there. My birthday is New Year's Day. So I've been like, okay, this is what's
just
going.
A tough agent.
But you know,
tough year.
But
now
I
have to stop myself because we have the same agents and I've never gotten anything for my birthday.
Donna gets something every year.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. Do you think maybe is it a thing where they just know her birthday because she's the best?
Is it
Do you think maybe it's because Donna's the best?
It is possible. She is the best. So it might be true, but
it's ask them for however much that dress cost.
Yeah. See,
that's
Casey,
a gift. That's a gift.
Yeah, that's the gift. To be like, I want
to ask them for a People's Choice win. Make it happen.
There's just go. Just go.
We will not be let in the front door.
I think we would if I was like, hey, we are nominated.
Yeah.
They'll be like, for what?
The way Adam Pally snuck into the Hustlers premiere with me this weekend. So embarrassing. I got to sit literally behind J-Lo.
What?
It was truly the greatest night of my life.
Did she smell like just vanilla?
She looked like a golden, like an
stunning.
Oscar, basically. Just golden. A-Rod was there. Hustlers is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Is so much fun. It's so much, I'm going to say, better than you would imagine maybe when you hear the premise of like girls stripping and it's incredible. It's the direction writing is so good. J-Lo, I mean, I know she doesn't need a star turn because she's a star, but as Adams, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen her in.
She does need a star turn though, because I don't believe she has Selena, the respect as an actress since Selena. Yes. Like she's become more of a person and a personality.
Adam was like, J-Lo runs tears. We cried 100 times. She's so good in it. It's truly amazing. And Constance Wu is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. How is Betty from
Great. Everybody's great. It's a great movie. It's so much fun. See it in the theater.
Isn't Lizzo and Cardi B in it as well?
Yes.
Wow. I'm going. Great. I'm going Friday morning. I'm very excited.
What? Friday morning?
Yes.
Take care of your kids, dude. Friday morning.
I'm going Friday morning.
To work.
I'm sorry.
This is
job or
my job.
Huh. Okay.
I'm going Friday morning.
See you there. I'll also be there because I work at the movie theater.
We'll go.
I'll be at work. I work at the movie theater at the Grove.
Well, then no judgment.
Yeah.
No judgment.
I'll let you in free
and
give you snow caps.
Yeah, so now you got into some Housewives.
Yeah.
Tell us just some general thoughts before we dive into Potomac. Greatest finale on earth.
Oh my God. Like, okay. Potomac was that's how I got back in because your boy used to watch Atlanta back in the day. I'm from Atlanta.
Yes.
So essentially, yes, we've spoken about this. It was like watching a bunch of aunts on TV. It was like a bunch of
Real Housewives. All of them are aunts.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of like drunken.
These were my it was as if my aunts had been given a bunch of Neiman Marcus gift cards. It had been filmed. That's why I liked Atlanta back in the day. But I'm not gonna lie, like I don't like the star turn of Nene and the I don't need the songs and the Kim Zolciak. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. You want it more pure?
Yes. I'm like the premise is that you're a housewife.
I mean, a loose premise.
Yes, but the premise being because originally it was just supposed to be like, how do these rich people live? And then it's like, I don't want to know that you also had dreams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is just like,
I want you dreamless.
Yeah, but my dream is to
dreamless.
Be rich and dreamless. That is 100%.
I would say
right
that
now.
Stephanie Hallman, the blonde on Dallas, is dreamless.
Yes,
rich and dreamless.
That is why she is cool.
That's
same with Cameron. Yeah.
Just float. You know what I'm saying? I like a rich person who just floats and is just like, what's today about? You know?
They're not looking for anything.
No. It's like, I guess I'll eat lunch.
That did make me laugh when Stephanie was like, I like to do a 20-minute workout so then I have more time to. And this trailed off.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like, that's why I liked Atlanta back in the day. And then it became about like, everything else. So
everyone
got corrupted.
Everyone started to get divorces, and then they had to hustle.
Yes,
and that's what happened.
I do have a story real quick. So I had just stopped watching Housewives. I just stopped watching Atlanta. It was a few years ago, and I did a show at the Comedy Store. It was like the main stage show, right? So it's like the big one.
Yeah, okay.
I get off stage. Well, no, this is one.
Okay.
But there's a dude like in the fourth row just cracking up. And I was just like, I know him, but I don't know. I can't register it yet. So anyway, when I get off stage, he like comes up to me drunk, but still comes up to me. He's like, you're so great, blah, blah, blah. And it was Peter, Cynthia's husband.
Yeah.
And I was like, low key, this means more to me than anything that has ever happened.
Did he give you drink tickets to bar one?
No, he was just like, yo, just like, you got to. It was that thing where like it was a compliment, but like also kind of a dig where it's like, you just got to keep going. And I was like, yeah, I know no one knows who I am. It's just like, I promise one day maybe someone will pay. And I'm just like, yeah, let's just stop now.
Yeah, we're good.
Like, just finish this part, But it like took my breath away. I was just like, wow. A real celebrity likes me.
A celeb.
When I see a housewife or a house husband or a former
house assistant, a house friend,
I am starstruck more than I'd ever be if I saw a million J-Los lined up. I am.
It is shocking. Slade from OC.
Yes.
Slade did when I used to work door at the Improv. This is years and years and years ago. It's 6 months because I work in the movie theater now. But no, he was doing some I guess he was preparing for something for OC.
Yes, when he called Vicky Miss Piggy.
Yeah,
we all remember that.
Yeah,
set.
We all
that
legendary open for him.
You opened for Slade Smiley.
That's why it killed. His set just really crushed.
Mm-hmm. I gave him the juice, as Lizzo says.
To open for Slade Smiley is a star turn.
Now, did you stick around to watch him?
Yeah.
Did it bomb pretty bad?
Let me tell you something. Like it was one of those things because it was also, keep in mind it was LA, so he had like 200 people drive from Orange County.
Holy
and you
shit.
know, if you live in LA or anywhere outside of Orange County, you know what an Orange County person looks like the moment they arrive.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like 200 Orange County
200
weirdos,
Trumpers.
just drunk and you know, like they're always wearing all white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like all these people in all white, just blonde and like
veneers.
Yeah, just like tear stained mascara on their cheek. Like I mean, just so anyway. But he's just like he's doing that thing, which is my favorite thing when someone is on stage of any capacity and they're feigning confidence. Because here's the thing, is like he's good looking enough to be confident, but still like talking to people is hard. So he's just like pacing back and forth, just going like, what else? What else? What else? What else? And everyone was just like, yeah, I mean, what else? You know?
Yeah,
like,
what else?
Life's jugs. Like, I mean, it was crazy, but you know.
That's
hilarious.
But hilarious.
I mean, hopefully one day you can be, Peter Thomas is saying, you can be something. You can be as good as Slade Smiley.
But see, and that's the thing, is I should have stayed on the shows harder because it's like those are my people. Like they're showing up and showing out for Yassir. Peter, Slade, are you kidding?
Up and showing out.
Just if you could just do a show for House Husbands,
I would. I'm not kidding.
Destroy.
I would be a trillionaire.
Yeah,
and that's my problem, is that I can never see the future far enough to be like, this is what I should have been doing. But in answer to your question, Potomac is. I feel like it's not a reboot, but like. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what to describe it. You know how there's like the animated Spider-Man movie that just came out?
Mm-hmm.
It's
it was
like
awesome.
that.
The animated Spider-Man movie was amazing.
It's phenomenal. But it's like, I feel like Potomac's the animated version of what Atlanta was. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing, but it's so different. Like, Giselle, Robin, Karen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're the same person. Like, they all look exactly the same to me. To the point where I was just like, are they family? And there's just not.
You said like they're the same person at different
stages in their life. Yes, they absolutely look like that.
So it goes Robin, and then she ages and becomes Giselle,
yes.
and then Giselle becomes Ladam.
Yes, we just refer to her.
I've been calling her Ladam.
Ladam, that is
to myself. Yeah.
By the way, like. The Ladam thing, I love a good, just like, I'm going to 100% hustle everyone around me. Like, the whole Ladam launch felt like a pyramid scheme. And like, my favorite thing was, and even though Giselle's a hater for pointing it out, I love that Karen was like, guess what? It is coming to a retail store. And you're like,
near you or not near you.
A retail store.
I love making an announcement that powerful. What's the homegirl's name? Ashley?
Yeah. Ashley.
Ooh. Oh my God. I love the botched pregnancy announcement to her mom.
Oh, with the things falling off onto her shirt.
Her husband drinking a beer before, not long after a sexual assault allegation.
He's, by the way, and I mean this sincerely, Michael, I believe his name is?
Yes.
Michael is the funniest person who has ever lived.
Let's hear
I'm
this.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Michael is, I mean, number one, to just be a 93-year-old Australian married to a 21-year-old black girl is just fun. It's just funny. B, clearly gay. Just clearly gay, but being like, no, mate, I actually love my black wife. I'm gonna suck your dick, dog.
I don't know what
Look, here's the thing. It's not about accents as much as it's about the
truth.
Intent and the truth behind the intent.
The impact was strong.
But the accent got in the way.
No, it didn't. You don't have your ear trained. And what you do?
That really makes me laugh. Yeah, he's a terrible person.
Yeah.
And it is a wild thing. I feel like Ashley, and this is dark, and I was happy for her, but
I'm not.
I know, because I feel like she is kind of what Giselle said, which was like, I got this baby and under the wire. She wanted it so bad, I think, for herself. And I do really believe that, of course. And I felt for her, but she was so happy to have this baby because everything she's been through with him, she better get something out of it.
But he has nothing. So what does she want out of him except for a baby?
But that's, I would argue, then that's the best thing of all in a weird way. Like, I granted, I don't know what's going to happen to him criminally after giving a cameraman the old ding dong tap, but
as one does casually.
Like, hey, I've never met you.
Do you think he got in there as much as
Deandra's
husband got into her?
Here's the thing. I don't think it was that bad because I think the cameraman would have like beat him up, or they would have just been like, you can't be on the show anymore. I think it was, and this is why he is hilarious, because he did it just enough that if it happened to you, you know what happened. And you're like, you for sure grabbed my wiener. And he's just like, no.
You think he grabbed front?
Isn't that what I could have?
Well, he grabbed ass.
He grabbed ass.
No, I thought they said that it was I could have sworn they said he brushed past the front. I think that's why it was such a big deal, right?
Because I guess, please note, I'm not saying it's not a big deal to grab someone's ass, but I've always been kind of like, I could
100% be wrong.
I thought it was grabbed ass, which is still upsetting.
I'm being outnumbered. He grabbed his butt.
Okay.
But, and maybe I'm just conflating the fact that he told everyone else that he wanted to suck off the other homie. Which is
I think on the reunion we'll find out which guy he wanted to suck off.
But that's all of that being said, like,
it's a mystery. It's a mystery, like an Agatha Christie. Like, I'm like, who did he say? Like,
whose dick did he suck off?
That's what
did he want to?
That's why it's also funny. Like, if you were talking about anybody else, you'd kind of be like, what a dirtbag. And like, yes, you still have that feeling, but then you just see this like red, blotchy, bald Australian guy be like, wasn't me, mate. Moving right along. To the
I think he also probably does it more, but people are like, oh, he's just Australian.
Right,
you know what I
mean?
Like, he's getting away with a lot.
Yes.
They're like, oh, this is just how they do.
Yes. And that's hilarious. Like, just being like, I'm gonna assault people and be like, no, that's part of my culture.
And that's part of who I am.
No, I'm Australian.
When you hear the guy say like, don't fuck with me, man, he's like, all right, mate.
Yeah.
He's like, no problem.
I was like, all right, mate.
What accents are those?
That was pretty fucking flawless.
No, that was Irish.
It's fucking flawless.
Ashley wanted everyone to know she was pregnant. It was a bit embarrassing. She was like, I'm so thirsty.
The way that she held up that water, she might as well have put it on her head.
Yeah.
Like, she was just like, I'm so thirsty for water.
I got so mad at that part because, like, look, I get it. Even if you want people to find out, sure. But it's like, yo, it was in a wine glass. Like, you know what I'm saying? They put the water in a wine glass and you're like, yes, okay, now I have to ask the question. You know what I mean? Like, just walk up to me and say, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Just do it. But everyone's like, every time I seen her, she
has a corona with her.
Yeah, she has a corona. And also, I'm like, that's what
I was saying. I was like, so that's like, you're at these fancy parties all the time and you are constantly having a corona.
But see, that's why they're not.
Casey, are you a corona lover?
No, I'm not. I was gonna say what you had said. You were very upset by Robin's home.
God, can we come on? Let's okay. Let's just really get into it.
Okay.
Because Robin I feel like the first half of the episode was just like, renovations are coming. And like, I hadn't seen the home yet. Mm-hmm. And then they showed it. And I was just like, oh, they must be on their way there still. This can't be it. Maybe they're stopping at a drug dealer's house to pick up the drugs for the drug party at the real house. They're gonna renovate. And she was like, this is it. And then I forgot who was with her, was just like, that window was broken.
Oh,
like,
that's Giselle's house with Robin, but Robin's house is the same.
Right.
Yes.
That one disgusted me. Yeah. That's the one I want to talk about.
Oh,
Which one? Yes. Which one was Robin's?
Okay.
Robin also
is renovating a house that's actually not as nice as Giselle's.
Yeah.
That's impossible. Wait, so Giselle's is the one that's like the fully
that had the crack window, and she's like, "I'm gonna leave the windows," and Robin was "There's a crack."
And Robin has been renovating a condo that she sold for profit for some time.
Okay, yeah, sorry, yes.
No, that's okay. And you were saying you want some like wish fulfillment, and you don't quite feeling that.
No, I don't like. I don't like it when it feels like things I could be doing.
We've said that on the show as well. It's like if we can afford it, you're not doing your job.
But here's the thing: not even from a monetary standpoint, but I mean, like the idea of because like anyone can renovate anything, and like I still just be like, oh, like the choices they made. You know what I'm saying? Like even for the sake of argument, like if they were like, oh, we got like, I don't know, gold dipped sconces or something, and you found out they were fake, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't like the idea that they make the same choices I make. Like, if someone was like, you have to renovate a house, I'd be like, I don't know, I guess this ugly brick one with a broken window.
It's like when
that's my problem.
When I renovated a bathroom, I was like, okay, I'm going to get everything at Lowe's. Like, you know, when you see it and you're like, okay, this is how I want it.
Yes.
The fact that they're getting that same, like, I know what that costs. I know it's not much.
Yes.
We have the same.
It did make me laugh when Giselle said the coin is running thin.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Cool. Giselle really did make me laugh though when she tried La Dame's fragrance.
Oh.
She said, in my mind, I'm a good 32, 35, tops 36, and then I get sprayed down and I am suddenly 73, 74 from that fragrance. Everyone said it was like a grandma's fragrance.
Yeah.
And Karen says, it doesn't yell your name when you come to the door. It follows you. What does that mean?
I don't know. By the way, that's like things like pimps say. You're like, why? What? Like, it's like suave, but I'm also just like, you confuse me enough that like, okay, here's some money. I guess, but,
here's my money.
But here's what I didn't like about the Giselle thing. That comment, like, I'm like, but you are 73.
I think she is. I mean, she's ageless to me. I couldn't tell you
she's
how
timeless
old to me.
No, here's why. Here's how you know she's not. Because when they did the 1 month later thing at the end of the episode and they showed Giselle where she's just like FaceTiming or whatever, you're like, that is a different person without makeup. And like, not in a way, no, hold on. Not in a way where it's just like, oh, you know, like, I mean, I'm not talking like when guys are like, actually, you're prettier without makeup. Not like that. I mean, like
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh, that is actually a completely different.
I thought you were going to be like, hold on. I don't mean this as to be rude, but no, you meant.
No. Yeah, no, I do mean it.
Okay.
Rude. I just mean like, I just don't like, it's like, don't try to play Karen. Like, oh, I'm so invested.
Are they the same age?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't try to play Karen for being old and you are within 3 years of her. It is just impossible.
You think?
I mean,
I think she's within 15 years.
No, I think
3 years?
I think, you know what it is?
I, of course, thought Karen was a bunch older than she was. Like, people, I thought Karen was in her 60s.
No, see, I think Karen's, you know, been rode hard, put away wet. And I think that Giselle rode light, put away dry.
You know, I'm dying. And as Karen said in this episode of Your Theory, I'm going to sit with it and feel it.
Karen makes me laugh. And we also saw Karen's assistant showing up in a neon blue sweatshirt that was, I couldn't take my, like his sweat, like a turtleneck should never be that color. That was
Matt, her assistant.
Her, and they always put it in quotations.
Yeah, that was always the funniest part.
Because he's also a CEO of another company.
She has to like buzz in to visit him at another company where she has to like.
Her assistant has an assistant who's like, hold for Matt. And then he appears.
Is he the one? Is his hair dyed like super black?
Yes,
yes. Which is also, can I just say, if there's dudes listening, men legally should not be allowed to dye their hair.
Yeah, as a legal right.
As a legal thing. Like, I feel like, I don't know, we've got so much going on. Like, the stuff at the border. And it's just like, also, like, if we're just adding laws, if there's a Muslim ban, like, throw in, like, men can't dye their hair.
It's a toughie.
It's a tough
look.
Because also, anytime a dude tries to dye his hair brown, it just comes out that red color. Especially in the sun, you're like, oh
yeah. When you see a man with dyed hair in the sun, you know it.
Yeah. You know it. I love when Karen was dancing, making her cutout, like doing that photo shoot, and the photographer, she was kind of trying to like dance like funky, and she was dancing, and the photographer, they got to him, and he tries to give like an affirmation. He goes, okay. Okay. Like he couldn't even bring
that
itself.
Wild cutout at the party. Yeah. It was
perfect. You guys, she's perfect. Also, the one thing about that, the dancing thing is that like she kind of just looks like an idiot. But I like when people do that and they do that thing where they're like, "Oh my god, I'm being crazy," and you're like, No,
you're not that crazy.
Yeah, you're not that crazy, and this looks bad, and I'm embarrassed.
I love when she said gold. I'd like gold uplighting. And the woman was like, yes, of course. I'm like, what is that?
Can we talk about the fact that Ashley, when she is telling her terrible husband about...
I'm looking at it on my paper. Go ahead.
About when she's like, why she thinks she's pregnant. She's like, well, when I was masturbating the other day.
And he didn't even make an expression.
No. He's like, tell me more.
He was like,
ooh, that makes me hot. No one can do an Australian.
She's like, when I was masturbating the other day, I had the terrible cramp.
And he was like, oh.
It was a wild conversation. I was like,
they're disgusting.
I love them.
Yeah.
I just like when, here's the bummer about them is that they really are trying to sell the idea of them being in love and being a couple. And it's like, stop that part of it. Because we know that's not the case. Just be like, I'm using her, she's using me.
Do you think that she knows 100% in her like conscious mind?
Yes, there is. It is because here's what I'd say. Like, she's not of a generation that like openly denies that stuff. You know, I feel like our parents and our parents' parents are always like, oh no, in church and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But she's fairly young.
She's very
young.
And like into yoga.
Yeah, like she's not. I mean, like, look, you get one. If someone was like Yassir, if some dude was like Yassir, like full on grab my butt at a party, I hope people would be like, it doesn't sound right, but maybe it could happen. But the second time someone said that, you're like, oh, I didn't know Yassir was gay and grabbing all these guys' butts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
and then the third time he's on camera.
Right, exactly. It's like she has all this evidence.
And it's literally on camera.
I know. Like,
it is crazy. And I can't wait for next week, the reunion.
Neither
it's going to go.
But here's the craziest thing, too, that everyone is like, Ashley, you need to speak for your husband. And but it's not
Danielle, but she has signed up to be on a reality show.
Yeah.
We must hear from her.
Right.
I understand that. And
when he shows up sweaty backed at the reunion and then is standing over everyone, he's like, I'm here.
He's so creepy. That guy, imagine that guy coming behind you on the couch and you just hear, I'm here. I just got a chair.
Did you think they had sex for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because here's what I think. I think the reason she denies it so hard is because that is, whether it be whether it had been a full discussion or not, the discussion very much was like, look, I'll give you X, Y, and Z. Under no circumstances do we ever mention this part of my life. You know,
on camera, you mean?
On camera. You know what I mean? So I think that she is just like gunning for that so hard. But
at the same time, if this is his rule, if this is like, you can't mention it, then why not go and have your life
a number of times
and then not squeeze the cameraman's ass while you're shooting?
He's also an alcoholic. You know, so it's like kind of hard to, you know what I'm saying? And that's just like experience with my own friends who like came out later, you know, it's just like, you know, cool and calm and collected. And then they get drunk and it's like the first thing they do, you know, and it's like every time you see him, he is drinking and
he had to have a beer to do his yoga class,
you know, and like, but then
they love Coronas over there
of all things. And by the way,
to do a yoga class in your house taught by your wife and daughter is
breathing in Shavasana next to your mother-in-law.
It was, and she's huffing and puffing away.
She's like, I'm still breathing. I'm supposed to be still breathing. Where are you? Eyes closed, still breathing.
She's trying to take those stickers off her goddamn stomach.
Just on her back. Hey, still breathing now. And but it was like she had to like go to the bathroom for like an hour and a half.
I mean, I was like,
am I breathing? Yes or no?
Should I stop breathing?
Hey, it's now the time. Now the time to open the eyes.
She's
yes
like,
or no?
1 second, trying to peel stickies off her stomach.
I'm Regnon.
And then finally she's like, then she digs a pregnancy test out of the trash.
Like, she freshly peed on it.
Yeah,
she went another one. And then she gave her the mother the peed on test.
Yeah. What's this? You pissed on this? What's it? Am I supposed to be still breathing? Yes or no? Am I supposed to breathe on this? Yes or no? What time is it?
Is your husband sucking dick?
Your gay husband next to me still? Yes or no?
Yes, wild.
She cried. She just cried. I don't know. They crack me up. They should do a Corona commercial of them on the beach.
And then it pans around. It's just like they're in the Adirondack chairs, and it pans around, and someone's sucking him on the other side.
It's like, all right. And the mom's just on the beach. Hey, is it warm out here? Yes or no? Someone tell me. I can open my eyes. It's now the time.
Her eyes are still closed, even when they've gone to the beach in Mexico.
They flew to Australia.
She's like, she thinks she's still on a yoga mat.
Whoa, why is it so hot?
And then it's like Corona, and then the seagulls. You just hear them.
Wow. What's in that bucket? She doesn't know Corona's in the bucket either. What's this? This cream soda. I can have one.
This is so stupid. Oh my God, yes, sir. Okay, question.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I would love to talk about Candace and her mother.
Oh, yeah.
Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Things have soured. We saw coming up next week,
Ooh.
Andy is getting so into it with Dorothy and Candace. When Dorothy holds up a purse and Andy says, explain to us what happened with the purse. And she says, well, her head ran into my purse. I was like, this is going to be the greatest reunion we've ever had.
So
we have never had Andy question a mother about assaulting her daughter.
Right.
This is new. It feels good.
A new wrinkle in our, it's great. And also when she proudly, so proudly tells her mother, though, this is a grown woman who doesn't work. It's not like she has a job besides being a housewife. When she tells her mother proudly, I am finally going to pay half of the mortgage.
And her mom looked at her like, what a fuck up.
But also like it's crazy because like, I just feel like if I had a kid and they're like, I'm going to start taking care of myself at 37, I'd be like, great. But her mom almost seemed
upset about
bummed.
Because her mom still wants to hold it over her.
I know, but it's still just so crazy to be like, because her mom was essentially be like, you'll never do it.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to handle it.
And then we see like months
her mom's
later.
Like, yes, I've worked my whole life.
Them videotaping her mailing the goddamn check.
Also,
and you know there was no stamp on that.
There was no stamp.
And there's no check in that.
Exactly. Also, look, I'm not here to just talk about people's homes, but it was one of those groups.
It does seem like you are.
Yeah. It's just me coming on here was
you
house
shaming.
shaming.
So disappointed in Potomac homes.
Keep in mind, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm just like, renovate something nicer. But it was one of those neighborhoods that has like a group mailbox, and I was just like, you couldn't handle that mortgage.
I really can't.
It just, I don't know. It seems crazy. Also, the way Candace spells her name is crazy.
Candace.
Yeah.
Candace.
Yeah.
It's essentially.
Well, it's her mother's fault. That's her mother's fault too.
Yeah.
Now, do you think, because Dorothy is a therapist, as we all know.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that she has lost or gained clients from being on TV?
Oh, I don't think anyone's staying.
Yeah, I think. And I would argue it's probably one of those things where she's like, at this point, like managing a practice. I don't think she's like down in the trenches, like, tell me about your.
Yeah, especially when her daughter's in the closet and she's like, well, you're being a little bitch.
Yeah.
Like, and I love Candace just looking directly down the barrel and going, did you see that?
That was amazing.
We've never interacted with more camera people like we have on this show. We're grabbing their asses. We're looking at them.
We're asking security at the
Potomac's just like, guys, we're filming a TV show.
There's a fourth wall. Can we respect it, please? They're like, nope.
No.
I would argue that while nice, Potomac is the ghetto for all the crew of the Housewives franchise. Like, I think they're like, we're sending you Potomac. And they're like, no. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, someone's going to grab you. Like, and we're going to talk shit about your butt.
You're going to be involved in a lawsuit.
Yeah, hey, man.
Very soon.
You better wear your butt
Get ready
pads.
to get on camera. All these fucking cameramen are like,
get ready to wear your butt pads.
Yeah, get ready to wear your butt pads, boy, because we got someone grabbing you.
I mean, they've really become the
got a 100-year-old Australian man. He's gonna come for you.
We got a horny Australian red-faced guy, and he's coming right after you.
Don't give him coronas. They're saying in the walkie to each other.
You know how in Sex and the City they're like, the fifth lady is the city itself.
Yeah.
Like that's in Potomac. It's like the seventh cast member is the crew.
Right. They're
like,
always with
The crew's a character.
Yeah,
that's why I love that show.
I've never known more crew members than I have on this show.
And I love them all.
Oh, dearly. Yeah. I am in love with that security guy that we met when they were on their trip. Yeah. The producer that we got to meet on their trip.
Wow.
But it's also like you see why the government's in shambles. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, these are the people that are.
Now, can I just point out quickly the interlocking heart tattoos?
Okay.
That was pretty devastating.
Also, look, I have a bunch of tattoos. And I'll say, like, yes.
Some are better than others.
Yeah, it's like you research and blah, blah, blah. And you don't always. Sometimes you just walk in and get a thing. And it's fine. It's not your
You mean like you
thing.
decide it right then?
Yeah, yeah. There's been a few times where I've just gone in. It's like I have a general, like, I want something that involves, like, an airplane.
A Corona.
A Corona. My husband giving a blowy to everyone in the city. It's just my husband on his knees and then a line out the door. That's the tattoo I have on my back. It's really long. It almost looks like a belt. It goes all the way around my hips.
As it should. The dick goes around.
Yeah. But I'll say that, like, it was like, did you get tattooed at a thrift store? Like, why did they look so bad?
They look really bad.
So
that tattoo
was so
artist, I say in quotations, was not talented.
Not great. And then, like,
to do a heart.
Blood. I mean, like, there were so many. And then, like, the fact that he had tattoos and was just like, this really hurts.
Yeah.
A, I was just like, he doesn't want to do this.
Yes.
A. But B, like, finger tattoos are known to be like, yes, they're painful, but you can't tattoo a finger longer than like 30 minutes. It's just like for the space that's available. So like, I feel like the tattoo artist was probably just like digging right into them. And then when you saw them and you're like, oh, cool, a child gave you a tattoo.
It looks like a child.
My son was like, what's
At
that?
first, I was like, oh, did the children draw this? You know how you can get like the drawing? I literally thought, I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
The children
That's what they should tell everyone. Even when Giselle looked at it, she was like, I can't really see it.
Yeah.
It was awful.
But it's also don't FaceTime a tattoo. Just take the picture and send it off, because you don't want that embarrassing moment.
It was such a long pause.
What's it say? You know what I mean? You're like, no, it's 2 hearts because we can't afford.
It was bad.
Anyway.
Yeah. And I assume you also would want your housewives to be able to afford rings, not just tattoos.
Yeah. And
Ideally.
then be like, you know what? We're going to get tattoos and then circle back on the rings at some point. Like, it's just like, do we love each other? Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Should we ask?
Oh, God. All right. So we take a quick break and we'll come back with Dallas.
Oh. Which
wow.
one? We'll let our guests pick.
Yeah, what a toss-up.
Okay, we're back. Yassir, would you care to dive into what we just watched, Dallas or Orange County?
Here's what. I think that I can separate the people in Dallas. I get, like, OC, I got it, but like
all the women
it's
look
harder.
alike.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder. So because I have so many thoughts on Bronwyn's.
Is it Bronwyn? Bronwyn.
Bronwyn.
I have a lot of thoughts on Bronwyn's mother.
Ooh, Dr. Deb.
Dr. Deb.
Dr.
D. Let's do Dallas first.
Okay, and then we'll close it off.
We'll just
Dr.
really
Deb.
dig deep on Dr. Deb. On Double D.
Double D. Oof. Okay, so Dallas. You know, we're 2 episodes in with Dallas. We just watched tonight Deandra's roast. Wow. How come Dee didn't roast her?
Because I think she would roast her to a pulp.
Right.
Dee is Mama Dee, as we know her, is the smartest, funniest, most cruel woman that has ever lived.
I have never seen a scene that I liked more than last week when they were at Deandra's stepfather's grave and communicating to each other through his quote unquote wishes.
Yeah.
Deandra's like, well, what if he were here now? He'd probably say I should have a little extra money for the company. That's what I think. And Dee was like, I think he'd say, let's follow your dreams. And they just kept saying what he would have said.
It was wild.
For Deandra's such a fucking loser.
The worst.
Just a little baby. She said, Mommy, thank you for throwing this party for my 50th.
I could not be further on the opposite side of this spectrum.
Wow.
What's that?
I feel like Deandra is the anchor of Dallas.
What?
Oh.
I do.
Not so you think she does have a job?
Here's the thing.
Lyra's back in the Nook, and she's never been more welcome or less afraid of a drink during work.
Really pulling it up.
Man.
Here's why. Because here's the thing. Like, I mean, just on relationship with mother alone, how could you not be like, she needs to be? Deandra should be in every scene because that means potentially her mom could be there.
Yeah.
So are you saying Mama Dee is the anchor?
No, because Deandra also does this thing, and we're all from the South, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Deandra is very much the typical Southerner. Like almost every girl that I went to high school with, that like when I like go look at them on Instagram and stuff, they all became her. Where it's like she does nothing, but she's doing 90 tiny things that should equal one thing to make you like an interesting person, and she's still just not. And I like seeing that person out in the world.
Seeing her out and about.
Yeah, I like seeing someone like, because she keeps getting met with bad luck at every turn. And that is objectively funny.
She keeps getting met with like, bad night, good morning.
Yeah.
Hard night.
Hard night, good morning. Do we think that this company that sells both creams and some sort of vitamin mix
analogy,
is a pyramid scheme?
Yes.
Yeah.
But do we think that Dee gave it to her knowing it was failing? I think yes.
I absolutely think yes.
You know, I didn't. I thought that Deandra tanked it immediately because
it's such a toss-up.
Because she
so
said when
she
said we stopped advertising on, I think, like Christian networks or something like that.
Yeah.
And I bet that was her decision because it's her that wanted to go into the younger marketing.
Right.
And that was so idiotic.
Idiotic.
Okay, but just from, look, I'm no shark. I don't know biz all the way.
You're no Bethany Frankel.
I'm no Mr. One, Durful. But what I will say is that I would bet $1 trillion if you gave me the money to start a business and said it'll last for a year. I could figure it out and it would last for the year. What I do not believe, though, is that I could start that business and within 90 days it would completely go up.
Yes.
It is impossible. It is impossible that a profitable company is handed over to one person, and the moment they touch it, they go, actually, the decision you made yesterday means we only have 3 months worth of business left. It's impossible, right?
Well, again, I'm not a shark. I don't know.
No, I'm no Lori.
Is that the blonde short hair woman?
No, that's Beth.
Sorry.
Or no, that's... Is there? No, I almost said Bethany Frankel, but who was on
Barb?
No, Barbara. And then Lori Grenier from
QVC. The QVC
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I just felt like, I do think that she didn't know their target audience, and she's not going to build a new young audience. And I think she was trying to do that.
Danielle, there's been an update.
Oh,
Deandra.
Can we play the Shark Tank theme as it?
Yes, please. She says, we didn't want to disappoint, so we got right to the drama and fun in tonight's Real Housewives. But I realized after watching the show that a lot has happened since we taped about 7 months ago. The most exciting of which was a recommitment I made to the company 7 months ago, which has included a renewed energy among the team, some amazing new marketing partners, and a continued dedication to developing amazing products that deliver for our diverse customers. The company has life, potential, and purpose again. And that's really beautiful, Deandra.
She said nothing. I heard no.
I love it. It has life, potential, and purpose again.
Well, I like, and that's really beautiful. Like, what a weird punctuation.
Couldn't be stranger. And why?
And yet says nothing.
Yeah.
All those words were just words strung together that mean nothing.
And unfortunately, underneath it says 53 likes.
Only 53 likes.
How many? Wait, but how many followers and or friends?
God, let me glance at Deandra.
Oh, come on! I just at this point,
47.1. Okay,
that's actually
for a housewife. That's nothing.
Then she's just recently tweeted, "The comeback is always stronger than the setback."
No, it's not.
Disagree.
Yeah, 100% of the time.
Let's talk about the setback of her husband giving 50 donuts. He's starting to turn into Dirty John to me.
Yes.
Where at first you're like, that guy's cute.
And we saw him, we were like, look at this hunk of
Are his scrubs dirty? And then you're like, oh, he's like a gristled black teeth. Like something's going. When Leanne went up to him,
he was like, like I was like, because I remember the first, he was like, he was a photographer that was like on safari. And it's like, oh no, he's like just sits at home and watches like the Safari Channel.
Yeah.
Like,
and when he was pointed out that he had a sugar mom, he's like, what's wrong with it? I guess nothing, actually.
And every time she bit into a donut, I was like, please let there be a diamond in there.
Please let her choke on a diamond.
Like,
that would have been better.
So dark to watch a woman
eat donuts out of a brown box, like an Amazon box.
Yeah. Taped. Like, and there was so much tape.
There's so much tissue paper that felt another president was coming.
I know. It was really rough.
And why did they keep cutting to Travis 1,000 times during the night, just standing there like leering?
A listener said that Travis, I can't remember who they were, but it really cracked me up because someone tweeted me that he looked like Wreck-It Ralph.
I know I said this to you guys, but he looks like, especially at that party in the all black, he's wearing like a black silk shirt that's only buttoned up halfway.
He never
butterfly collar, bad. Just again, another shout out to the dudes who are listening. No more butterfly collar. Like, we got to get rid of that. Yeah. He looked like what a mariachi singer looks like when they think they're being sexy to me. Like, just like short and like really like. You know when guys have hips and they wear really tight black jeans and you're like, oh, no.
He's definitely hippie.
He's hippie.
But as I said to you guys as we were watching,
He's
I find
ugly.
myself,
He's ugly.
No. I find myself attracted to Travis this
seems
season.
Like you're attracted to him because he discussed how he's made his locker business profitable.
I don't know why. I just am. Who's to say? Is it the millions?
He's so attracted to his wife.
I know. Like maybe that's it.
Energy.
I mean, I know what that feels like.
Yeah, you do.
You do know the powerful love a man feels for his wife.
Oh my God. This is
have so much sex. Her and her husband. It's really something.
I'm glad I'm here.
He gave me quite a compliment at dinner once that I'll never forget.
What'd I say?
When we went to dinner with you guys and you said you felt like we have a good, not you and me, David and I have sex a lot. Yeah, I so appreciated that we projected that.
Yeah, you guys
lie. I feel like you have guys have a sex energy.
But you know what it is? It's because you're both cool. So cool people always, to me, feel like they're having sex. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, when you see someone's cool, you're just like, oh, wow, they probably just smoked a cigarette and had sex.
Hey, Yassir.
Yeah.
Do I look like I'm having sex?
Here's what I'd say. Before you made that comment, because you have so much energy, like when we worked together, I was like, oh yeah, Danielle is smashing.
Yeah, you do have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
She'll go home tonight and have
that.
Yeah.
Really give it to him tonight. Right?
I will.
You should. Wait, another Dallas thing. Or wait, back to the donuts thing.
Yeah.
Real quick. I thought it was going to be a misdirect, not in the moment, right? Because I think the easy thing is just like, she's the donuts and there's a a necklace at the bottom. And I was just like, oh, they're playing the long game and then we're going to come back to this.
But Housewives is about the even longer game and the shortest game possible. Just like, it's just what you thought. It's nothing.
I truly... the only way it would have been better if there was just like divorce papers at the bottom. That actually would have been less heartbreaking. Like, oh, he was like doing a funny divorce.
But it's one thing to have a heartbreaking like action, but then to make such a heartbreaking response, which is to take a bite of all of them.
And then being like, because I mean, like, she did it because she was like, oh, my husband only has $30. And then she's like, oh, I love... I love that he got me that $30 present I've always been asking for, which is
relative to him, that is a diamond necklace.
I mean, to buy 50 donuts, that's not cheap.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing, but hold on. They are in Dallas. So donuts are absolutely cheaper there. Okay. They're absolutely cheaper there. He
also gave her that dig up her butthole.
That was to watch him squeeze her taint.
It was not. He literally was jamming his fingers
in her, just like I was like, that would. I don't even know where he's aiming.
Look, and as a man, like it. Look, we get away with a lot, but it seems crazy to be like, let me feel your butt. Here's some donuts, idiot. Like, it's just like...
And then was yelling like, that's not a 50-year-old ass.
Yeah, it's just like, you made every wrong choice.
And prove it!
I've turned on him big time.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's talk about the newer gal, also named Carrie. You didn't know Carrie Duber wasn't with us anymore.
It literally took me the entire first episode.
Did you think that was Carrie Duber?
No, because... When they started subtitling her, I was like, what's happening?
Yeah. Oh no, she must have bit her tongue.
I was like, I literally, I understand.
Tough when they subtitle. It's just like, no one can understand this person.
Yeah,
but I wanted to be like, that's rude. Like, give us the chance to say we need subtitles. I will say on Love Island UK, like, they need more.
On Housewives, they're like, we have to hold these idiots' hands, whoever watches
this.
So
absolutely
close. And I do appreciate that.
Yeah, but I was like, I got it.
Carrie's husband and her, we've got another, it's a little more subtle and a little more complex than like Shane and Emily, but he's got a hatred for her. You said something very insightful, perhaps, about their marriage.
Oh, about them hating each other?
Well, yeah, that you said he thought he married someone.
Oh, yes. I think that there's a mindset of a certain man. It's, as Danielle said, the 90-Day Fiance thing, where like guys will like marry a woman who speaks with an accent because for whatever reason that registers as like not being smart versus someone who's just speaking a second language.
It's usually white men.
Right. And so in that, they're like, this will be a servant or a concubine or whatever their version of like the
racism
the racism subservient wife. But she's not that, and he's just had to learn it over the course of 10 years.
He looks shell-shocked.
Yes, and the fact that it is destroying him is truly the funniest thing. Because just like every time she speaks at dinner, it's just like... he reminds me of someone who just grew up going like, so funny I forgot to laugh. Like just like he's just like so mad at everything, but isn't smart enough to be. Because here's the thing, if she spoke to him in Spanish, she would burn him alive.
Exactly. That's so true. She roast him,
but she just doesn't. She doesn't.
And he refuses. And he refuses to learn Spanish. He does not know anything.
He's like, I got that blue palace in Mexico. What the fuck else am I supposed to do?
That blue palace is the ugliest thing that I need to go to.
Oh my god, I'm not kidding. Right now, we take a moment. We plan a trip to the Blue Palace. It's 9 stories, apparently, all built on a cliff.
Yeah, it's beautiful. There's no way the bathrooms are clean. They are not paying for that. Like that guy, does not keep that thing.
No, are you?
And we hear that in the next episode, Leanne is just bitching about it. I can't wait to see that. And then we saw a preview for next week that was so horrifying with Cameron's daughter or son, when she's like, no, I don't want to bring those suitcases because we're going on a commercial. I don't want them to get beat up. We're going on a commercial flight. And her son said, what's a commercial flight?
Okay, but here's my question. Do you think that's trickery? Do you think it's just that they know what a flight is and because they use commercial in front of it, That they're confused?
Maybe.
And they're just like trying to play them as
the
spoiled?
fact the husband laughs a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, he does laugh, right?
Because he's such a piece of shit.
Oh, he's such a piece of shit.
I don't know. Maybe.
Speaking of children.
I hope it wasn't.
Oh, here, I was just about to say.
Speaking of children, and I
God.
don't like to speak ill of a child.
Yes, we've taken down people's homes and now we have to take down their children and it doesn't feel good.
But
no
and
tagging.
And
their looks and their bank accounts.
Look,
there's no
we
tagging.
Have said the children are sacred, just like housewives say.
Yes.
They say
we've
the children
said that
are
they're sacred and we have to stay away from this topic. However. And there's a little gal, a little Miss Firecracker,
little Miss Conan O'Brien.
this little
miss.
redheaded devil,
this little redheaded devil named Brooklyn. I could give her a swift kick in the teeth.
Oh,
and again, I don't have kids.
I do.
You both have kids. I'm like, this is why kids got spanked.
100%. And when her mom said strangely, I took a belt to the bottom, I felt like turn it right back around on that one.
Yeah.
Right quick.
But I also felt like there are other things you can like discipline this child. If my child said anything to me that my child once said to me, again, this was a long time ago.
She spit in your face. I mean, we all multiple times.
But one time we were in a car.
You at least got upset.
Oh yeah. Oh please. She gets. Oh yeah. And so.
Oh yeah.
She gets a belt to the bottom.
Yeah, I put a hanger on the stove.
My child.
And she's so well behaved.
Yes, but she once said to me on the way to preschool, Mom, because I was like, no, that's not how you say that or something like that. And she goes, I don't think you're very smart. I pulled the car over.
Yeah.
I pulled it over.
Yeah.
I said, what did you say to me? It was triggering.
Yeah.
And I was like, you never say that to anybody. It's not true. Yeah. It is cruel. Do not ever say that again. Do you understand me? Not to me or to anyone, because it's not true and you don't know what you're talking about. And
you're not very smart.
And I mean, like, when I don't think it's funny when children are mean to their parents. It's teaching
and when
them,
she was like, why are you, oh my God, you're going to be on your iPad in the car? It's like, fucking take it from me.
Throw it out the window. You're in charge.
You're in charge.
And in the episode previous where she wore all of her mom's makeup, it was like, I look like a dummy, don't I? I look like my mom. I'm an ugly pig. And I was just like, man, you should choke your kid.
But it's like
that little monster.
And then her mom takes her to what I thought was like an off-brand Claire's, but somehow spent $762
I was
on
in shock.
She's like, I'm not above bribing. The thing is, her kid's such a little bitch, and so's the mom. Yes. Like she's like, I don't know where she's getting all this from you.
And you can control your
all these things the daughter said to her. I cannot believe the editors held back with flashing back to all the things Brandy has said to everyone. I feel like they were like, maybe we shouldn't go there. No, Brandy's a monster.
Yeah. And her child is turning into one, and she's not disciplining her.
Yeah, but you can tell.
What did you say if you're already going to be a redhead? What did you say? Don't mouth off or something?
I mean, probably. That sounds about right.
You're like, you can't do both.
Because she's mean. That I'm saying you can't. And for all the redheads out there, what's up? Look, you're either redheaded or you're mean. But like the idea of being, if like a redhead was like came up to me and was just like, listen up, I'd be like, you've got 3 seconds to apologize before there's an actual problem. Don't you ever in your life?
If I was brunette,
I'd be like, oh, say what you need to say.
Get that off your chest.
Here's the thing. Like, I mean, it's just like. My girlfriend.
Speak plainly.
Yeah, but like my girlfriend Chelsea's a brunette, and she gets an attitude with me, but like when we're like arguing, she's not just like a mean person. Yeah. But like if you run into a blonde person out in the world, they've been given everything, so you're like, oh, that makes sense too. But it's like a redhead. It's like
Lyra.
relax, Myra. But like redheads, it's like you've had all this struggle. Like you're the one thing that everyone makes fun of. And like you're gonna like and just I don't know. But here's the thing. I will say because it makes more sense because they're both redheads. Redheads can be mean to each other, but
so that's acceptable inside their circle.
Yes. Right. You know what I'm saying?
It's when they cross outside.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
That little girl is wild.
I've just never like I don't know. I've just never and I feel like we've all seen bad kids out in the world. But like that one, I was just like, oh, you're out for blood, apparently. Like you need to destroy your own mom who dresses like you should be dressed. Like,
there's no way that they don't borrow clothes from each other.
It is so weird. Like in the episode we just watched, like what's her name? What's the mom's name?
Brandy.
She's like wearing that like gray shirt with like a bunch of little stars on it.
My son has that sweatshirt.
I know. That's what like. Why are you dressed like a kid? And then like your daughter is just like not a sexy teen, but like a teen who's like, I'm gonna let me see what I can get away with. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just really, I don't know.
No.
What do you guys want to talk about now?
No, I mean, it's really...
No, believe you me, as a woman, as a
brunette
mother, as a brunette, I found it offensive. I found it upsetting.
Yeah.
And get it.
Redheads should call themselves people of hair color. Like, speaking as a person of hair color.
Oh my god! Speaking of, oh god, she's a person of hair color.
Yeah.
She's a person of hair
Look,
color.
I don't want to speak on behalf of them. They are a person of hair color, but I would. Like...
Yes, and I feel like that offended her as a person of hair color.
Oh, as a person of hair color.
Stupid.
Oh, it's so stupid, but it would give us, I think, a little more elevation and respect.
Right, yeah. Because we'd be like, oh, the monster's here.
Right now we're punching down in a way, but it's like they are a person of hair color.
Yeah, I will say this. This is the last thing I'll say. It's with my brother the other day. We're eating lunch. My brother Isaiah. And this guy, we've seen the guys with the cool haircut now where it's like a fade on the sides and then it's like a 50s grease pomade thing with like a part. So he had like the cool guy haircut and like the cool shirt and the cool pants. And I was just looking at him, me and my brother was just like, God, he did all of that and he's still just a redhead. And I was like, I know, like it makes it worthless. It's like, don't get a haircut because it doesn't mean anything.
Can you do anything as a redhead in your opinion?
Julianne Moore. Look at Julianne Moore.
My dearest friend who listens to the podcast is a redhead. The beautiful Amanda Sovic.
Woman.
You hadn't made the person of hair color distinction of gender.
I'm sorry.
There's a gender
a male person of color? Hair color?
Male person of hair color.
Women pieces of hair color?
Women people pieces?
Well, she wants to say pieces of shit.
No. So here's the thing. I actually, and this is the discussion I've had before, but I feel like female redheads, like it's like anyone else, there's pretty ones, there's
kid redheads.
Ones. Kid redheads
is when they're in a different category.
I think they're cute, but you can't have an attitude because if you let them have the attitude now, they're gonna grow up thinking that they're not a redhead, and it's important for them to know that they are. But the point being,
this philosophy is
male redheads across the board. It's like we haven't figured out the gene of this yet. Like, we got to get this one out. But female, like I think she dyes her hair. But Christina Hendricks, stunning. Julianne Moore, stunning. A redheaded Kate Winslet, my God, are you kidding me? Like. But like, if you guys are like, I'll name one hot redheaded dude right now, I'll put all my money on the table. Name
I've got someone in mind, but I can't even.
Okay, and Conan's out?
Yes.
Okay. That's just.
I do think he's cute.
I do too.
Cute is different. Also, Conan, can I also argue that
Robert Redford?
Does that count as red?
Strawberry blonde?
No, strawberry blonde. And
okay, you're right. And he was blonde.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's somebody. I know that. I just can't even think of a redhead in general.
It's hard to Robert Duvall?
I'm trying to think.
He's been bald since he was 22.
I'm trying to think of a redhead. Name a redheaded man. What?
Yeah, just say.
Oh, Archie.
He's not. He dyes his hair.
The cartoon.
Okay, so they. Okay.
I'm
Name a famous.
Okay. I've got someone. I've got someone.
Who?
Okay, I'm flashing through redheaded stars, and I'm coming up with Alan Tudyk and Damian Lewis.
Damian Lewis, I'm very attracted to.
Damian Lewis.
Okay,
that's absolutely
because the others
take
coming to
Alan
mind.
Tudyk out of the conversation.
Okay, Danny Bonaducci, Carrot Top.
These are just redheads. These aren't attractive people.
Michael Fassbender.
Ooh.
Does he count? Is he redheaded?
I'm very attracted to him.
But no, when you see Michael Fassbender, you're like, that's
Robert Redford
guy.
is on here. Michael C. Hall is on here.
Ooh, I'm attracted to Michael C.
I
Hall.
don't think
Dexter
of him as a redhead
None
either.
of these people are redheaded.
They're saying it.
Damian Lewis is redheaded.
Damian Lewis is very hot.
And
In Band of Brothers.
Yes.
In Band of fucking Brothers.
Is hot. But then sometimes I'm like, ew.
Really? All the time I'm interested
And you know what it is?
him.
It's because you're registering the red hair, not realizing.
No, he also has a teeny tiny mouth.
Oh, I literally thought you were going to say
teeny tiny redheaded dick.
Yeah, I was like, that's a weird.
Look at Damian Lewis, and you've never seen a smaller mouth.
Interesting.
Okay, interesting.
I saw him at a restaurant once, and I guess he was.
Was he the guy that you saw with his pompadour?
No, that guy. Oh my god! Again, just the thing where he's wearing the tight jeans with you know how men are wearing those Chelsea boots now. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
They're those suede pointy boots that men wear, and they usually wear a big hat to go with it, and necklaces.
This look is not resonating.
You've seen it. It's a cool DJ look, but in the desert. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll show you later.
So many things going on.
I'll show you later. But my point being is that that was his look, and it was just all of that and just
very
redheaded.
attracted to him. No, I'm he especially because he was a Band of Brothers, and you know how I feel about that.
But I'm not talking about Damian Lewis. I was talking about the first guy.
Okay.
But Damian Lewis, I saw at a cafe, and I guess he was filming Billions, and apparently he doesn't break character when he's out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So he was
what character on Billions? What character? I know, but what character is he not breaking? He's just
I don't know.
American accent.
He's American, right?
He only plays American.
Yeah, but he was being really American. So the waiter was like, "What do you have?" He's like, "Me, I'll have a cheeseburger." God, I love the 4th of July. You guys see the football game?
No,
and I was just like, "What is happening?" He literally just went through all things that sounded American, and just you know what, walking dogs is fun. I was like, is that American? Yeah.
I would be so. Granted, if I had to do an accent, maybe I would do it all the time. But I would just be so embarrassed for myself, on set, to have to talk to people who are just what an idiot.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why I'm not as committed
it.
an
I feel
actress.
if I had to talk in a British accent, if I had to go to England and talk in a British accent all the time, I'd be fine with it.
Okay, really quickly. When I was in Gone Girl, I got a dialect coach, and I told him where we were filming and what part of Missouri it took place in, and he proceeded to give me a strong Southern accent. Now I show up on set and I do it only to find out later not one other person is doing a Southern accent, and it makes no sense. And I guess they let me. David Fincher must have been okay with it, but later I literally thought we'd all be doing them.
Yeah.
I've really done the work.
But I will say, you seemed like you lived in Missouri.
Okay,
I
great. Thank you. But I remember, I don't know how we even got here, but I was just wow.
Well, no one watched it was
I feel like everyone sold me out.
No one was Ben Affleck seems like he's from Missouri.
Well, I also would say I don't think I want to see Ben Affleck doing a Southern accent.
Oh, I would love it.
Yeah, I would love it. I would love it. Let's take a break and then we'll quickly do OC. Hi, we're back with Orange County.
We're back with Shane, who did not pass the bar, as we have found out. Not that any of us are surprised, but
I was.
Really?
No.
Yeah. Now, speaking of redheads, does Shane have a touch of the red? Kind of a blondish. He reads to me like a person of hair color, but I think maybe he's not.
I do not want to be one to offend.
His essence is.
But are you a person of hair color?
Excuse me, they're a person of hair color. Okay. he is such a piece of shit. I don't even know what to say. He hates her so much.
Yeah.
Hates her. Why does he want to stay married? I don't get it.
I don't know. For his mother, it's unclear. That birthday party that she threw together for her child. Now, I know Emily is a lawyer / party planner, but that was atrocious.
Yeah.
That party was.
She's like, did you like my party, baby?
Look, all of it is pitiful. But there's nothing worse than it's easy to have an okay party as an adult. Right? Like, I mean, like, you just got to get good enough snacks. You invite some people, like, some booze. And you're good. But, like, as an adult, when you, like, actively have a bad party, you're like, how did you work this hard for this?
And she's a party planner by trade.
I know. That's what that's the next.
And lawyer, though, it's like, she's past the bar and has another job and is taking care of 4 kids. And this piece of shit just sits there like leaning on a kitchen island eating
constantly.
But the great thing is that like the kitchen island puts, and I don't know if it's on purpose, but the distance it creates between them each time they speak, I'm just like, wow,
there's an island between them.
Scorsese wouldn't have even thought about this blocking.
Right. It's like a Pinter-esque. It's really, you're right. And then when he came over, it was like, it did feel dangerous.
Yeah.
He came to sit and she was under that weird blanket. I felt like if I were to walk in that house, like it would be so creepy in there. The energy is so bad.
Silent Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Yes.
Ooh. Wow.
With less smart people.
Yeah. Oh, dumb as doornails.
Yeah.
I mean, though she passed the bar.
Yeah, she did. I was proud of her for at least being like, let's go to therapy. Like something's wrong here. You weren't.
It's over.
Yeah.
But now I just want her to get out.
Me too.
That's what that's what you're saying, right, Danielle?
Yeah.
It's just like
sorry.
Just get out.
Casey, that's what Danielle's saying.
I didn't know if we agreed.
Stop. Danielle's my best friend.
Oh my God.
Their relationship is over and she needs to get out. I don't think she will. She did some post that someone sent me of her defending Shane. Of her being like, I know we razz each other, but I'm a pain in the ass too with him. You just aren't seeing like that bullshit, which is like, I'm a piece of shit too. You guys are just not seeing
remember when
it.
we saw the text messages? Was she the one on the right or the left? She was the one on the right that was saying like, I'm done with you.
No, that was him.
Yeah.
Right. So I love that he was like, oh, you want to pull up the text? And then he was the one being an asshole.
Yeah.
And doing satire. He thinks he's so funny.
Where has he been funny? Show me how he is being sarcastic or like it's just mean.
But see, that's the thing. Like, and like, I mean, it happens with a bunch of people, but like, especially like, because he's not rich. You know what I'm saying? Like
his family, like, right? The money is his family's.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. But like, it's still like, anyway, my point being is that like, people that like just out in the world, you see them and they're like have money. It's not even their own, or they didn't like work for it, but it's in them somehow. They do that thing, and I can't stand it. Where they're just kind of like, "You're fat," and you're like, "What?" And they're like, "It's a joke," and you're like, "That you just said a thing."
Do you think it comes from like he thinks she's taking advantage of him, or I think he's just cheating on her and just has disdain for her.
Yeah, but I also think that he thinks he's clever about it. Yes, you know what I mean? Yes. That's the issue. So it's like all of that, the idea of like him thinking he's the smartest person in the room is all of it. So it's like the humor, quote unquote. It's the like, I'm getting away with something. It's like everyone knows. Everyone.
He suffers from like terminal uniqueness. Like he's like, I'm the weird, quirky, brilliant guy here.
Yeah, I shouldn't even be
here.
And he
thinks he's dry.
Honestly.
He's like, I'm just really dry.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you're not. You are humorless.
Yeah.
And cruel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not dry.
He's awful.
Yeah.
Now, should we quickly transition? Because not a ton happened in the episode other than like Kelly having sex all morning and a lot of black Adidas jackets.
And that that her new boyfriend lives in the apartment below her.
Rented when she goes, I'm going to go downstairs. And then he appeared. Renting it 2 nights a week.
Wait, I have a question. Was this last episode the one with the hip hop class?
No, that was 2 ago. 2 ago.
Sorry.
2 ago, but truly nothing really happened here. And in fact, what we can do is get into the person we really all want to get into. Yeah. Which is Dr. D.
Dr. D. My love. My lady.
She's wild.
There's something, I will say there's something truly beautiful about seeing human psychology in its rawest form. And it's, you know how it's like you hear or you see it, but like people not wanting to grow up to be their parents, so they do whatever it takes. So just knowing that, yes,
whatever it takes. She's exploded her uterus.
Yes.
She has been like, I'm gonna have babies till it breaks. Basically.
So funny because, like, again, Dr. Deb is just showing
called her
up.
Dr. Deb.
that would work too. She just showing up places like a Cyndi Lauper lookalike. It's like 2 steps removed of like whatever the necklace. Like the necklace, it just says ego. It's like, why do you have this? And I'm sorry.
Imagine going to a doctor, and this is who shows up.
And this is who shows up.
It's like
and if you shut your eyes, Dr. Deb sounds like just such a normal, boring, basic white woman. She's like, yes, my husband's a doctor, and it's nice to meet you. Like, she's actually not. I think she thinks she's so, and she's incredibly defensive. Like, nothing about her actually matches her carefree image.
No, she's not carefree at all. She's not like, what's her name's mom? Who was that?
Lydia.
Lydia's mom was truly just like a weird sprite who put her feet on Vicky's couch or whatever that was.
I think they said to Bronwyn, like, yes, we will have you on the show if your mother is your storyline, like 100%, because we're focusing so much on Dr. D. Now she's getting full dinners with the ladies this week.
That was the other thing. And to y'all's point about her, like, not being that kooky, like I feel like
just how she dresses,
but that's all it is. But it's like if I showed up somewhere in Ronald McDonald makeup, but I was like, yes, I'll have the chicken piccata, we'd all be like, what? Like, I mean, like, oh, you're not a risk taker. You're just a guy who likes chicken piccata and also owns clown makeup.
Yes, and this week she basically said that same thing about her, I guess her sister or her, I don't know, her mom's sister. She was like, when people are mentally ill, we need to hold them close. And I was like, you're mentally ill.
Yeah.
Like, that's you.
When her daughter is literally, when Bronwyn, her daughter is Bronwyn is a hard name to get my mouth across. But when she's like, Mom, I just feel like really hurt, blah, blah. And her mom's like, oh, look, a bee pollinating.
Like, she's just fucking strange.
Yeah, but again, and this is why I like her, because she's strange in a way that is completely, you can make it crumble in a second. Like, she's like one of those people that's just like, I'm actually pretty freaky and weird and wild, and someone would be like, oh, look, there's a gun. She'd be like, ah! It's just like, you know what I mean? Or you can tell as many stories as you want about being like, we used to party at the whiskey, and then you're just like, okay, well, we have to go pick this thing up from a bad neighborhood. She'd be like, no. You know what I mean? It's just like,
you're so right. She's like insulated, kind of entitled weird.
Yeah. I think she's selfish, not cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's so like, no, I just wanted to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make you some sort of free spirit. It just makes you kind of a shitty mom who didn't give a shit about her kid.
Yeah.
Right. And she's just kind of covering that up with all her looks.
Exactly. And that's the other thing I'm going to say is that, like, you can always tell, and like, let me say this. I hate when people refer to acting or like comedy as art, but hear me out for a second.
When you get a People's Choice nom.
I would consider when you buy a dress for your People's Choice art. That's art.
When I reach that point, I will retract my statement. But I hate when you can tell someone's a manufactured artist, like, and it's still, especially to be, and I hate to, like, I don't know, age shame, but like, or
you've shamed every other sacred part of it.
Have I made fun of overweight people yet? No, but I say all that to say that, like, it's just like you can't possibly still want to get up in the morning and dress like this. But it's the only thing that people would talk to you about.
Yes, so it makes you different.
Yeah.
Because your career wasn't probably what you wanted with her singing.
Right.
It definitely wasn't what you
I was trying to be generous. And you're right.
She sold all those records.
I couldn't find her online. So, I mean,
a cursory Google search is leaving us.
Gave us nothing.
But I think you're absolutely right. It's like, but I can play the part of an artist.
Right. Yeah.
And she was talking about Instagram this week. I'm like, oh, this woman is so like into like her content.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's such a bummer.
I do like when Vicky said that Bronwyn is boring win.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, it's so predictable and good.
Yes, but look, regardless of how quickly they thought of that or like they have been sitting on it, I like me a good, nice housewives heater. You know what I'm saying? Where just like missile, bam, got it, I'm out.
Yeah.
Edit. Now they're at the beach.
That's all we need.
Now they're eating at Gladstone's.
Now they're going to Rodeo Drive for the first time.
Another sad moment from the show was to find out that Gina has to Uber everywhere with her kids.
She's a mess.
Gina is hanging on by one of those strands.
Isn't it really bad if she goes to Vegas? If you have a DUI and you're waiting trial, you shouldn't go to Vegas.
You shouldn't go to Vegas, I think.
I mean, absolutely not.
Oh, I'm like, okay, I think it's fine.
No.
Okay, she needs to get furniture in the house and secure her freedom.
Yes.
First and foremost.
Yes.
Just sitting on the floor.
That was just Gina is hanging on by a thread. You're absolutely right. And so is Emily. And their friendship, they will turn on each other because Shannon is now like siding with Gina. They will implode.
It's not going to be good.
It's not going to be good.
I think it's going to be great.
One last thing I'd like to talk about is Tamara's child, Spencer. Isn't that his name? Yes. Will Ryan murder Spencer?
Yes. And us, if we continue to talk badly about him.
I'm terrified of Ryan.
I am too.
And I love Spencer.
I love Spencer.
Is an amazing child.
I like him. I mean,
I do too.
A brat, but
he's a kid.
You know who I love is Kelly's daughter.
Oh, Jolie.
She's so sweet.
Jolie is my hero.
I know. And I think she and Kelly have a really sweet relationship.
Me too.
But you're right. Spencer. Oof.
I'm worried.
I can't believe Tamara still hasn't spoken to her daughter.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it's just, I mean.
It's shocking.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Like, I know it's because, like, for whatever reason, when I started watching Orange County again, Tamara had like just joined. So it was because she joined like season 3 or 4 or something like
so you
that.
remember the kids.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes, of course I do.
And Simon and Fletcher Jones Mercedes.
Yes. Where Simon worked.
But she
good old Ryan worked as well.
Yeah.
She, in the madness of the other ones, felt like a normalcy a little bit, you know? And I guess that's what happens to everyone, right? Is that like, if you don't watch it happen and you come back to it, you're like, oh, they're a full-blown psycho now. But like, that's what happened with Tamara. I was just like, oh, like it felt like everything from last time I checked in.
Yeah.
Popped my head in. Yeah, things were fine.
Things have fallen away.
Things have fallen away.
In some ways, she's better because she's married to Eddie, but like she's not speaking to her child, and she's essentially, we don't know the details, but it does feel like what the one thing her daughter asked was for her to not ever speak about her on social media or TV, and felt like the show is ruining them. And it's like Tamara's still on the show.
Yeah.
It seems as if that is a choice she made, but you know, again, we're not privy to this.
And I'm sure Simon is not helping any of this.
Oh no. They're like, and again, just from like the daughter's post, she's like, my dad doesn't say anything bad about my mom, but there's just, again, I'm not in their lives, but it all doesn't feel great.
Doesn't feel great. Yassir, wow.
Should we have ended on a higher note?
I mean,
any other thoughts on anyone else you'd like to?
I was truly combing my brain to figure out if Tamara's a daughter is a redhead.
No.
I think they're blonde. They're all blonde.
Yeah, no, they're blonde.
Yeah.
They're for sure blonde.
Yeah.
Come on.
OC? Wow, we've been through a lot. Tamara's daughter.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like on the OC, they're not going to be good.
Yeah. Yassir, I love you. I love all our redheaded, our people of hair color listening.
If you're a person of hair color, look, I'm going to say it like this. I'll never stop being an ally. I'll never stop championing you.
Doesn't feel like you're champion.
Yes, no, I am.
Because you're going to fight for hair equality.
Actually,
you're
equality.
Doing the work.
Exactly. Yes. Speaking about them and making it normal is exactly what they need.
Yeah, and you're actually not giving a pass.
Right.
You're challenging. Yeah.
Wow. You're a teacher tonight.
Yeah, so you guys, I don't know. Should I, start that
learning annex?
Dr. Yassir?
Wow. Dr. Deb and Dr. Yassir going into...
your kid's redhead. You should dye their hair. That's me as a doctor. You should dye that kid's hair.
Wow. Look, Yassir, I cannot
kidding.
Thank
Again,
you
redheaded
enough.
kids are beautiful. They really do.
As are all children, except certain children that we spoke about today.
Yeah, but that's
no tagging. No tagging.
I don't want these women after us.
No, please. God. I'm afraid of each and every one of them.
Me too.
You guys just get hella snitch tags.
We actually don't, because we ask for none.
We beg.
And we've probably only gotten, to be honest, like 4 over the 3 years that we've been doing this.
That's good.
4 years we've been doing this.
Okay. I do feel bad. I told all of them to tune in tomorrow.
Look.
It was bound to come to an end.
Yes, all good.
Now that we've gotten our People Choice nomination.
Yeah. I told Ashley's mom to tune in. And she said, "What's the podcast, huh?"
Yes or no? Am I still listening?
Is that the radio? What's that mean? I need an Android or an iPad. Well, I'm supposed to listen to it on Apple TV? You know I ain't got an Apple TV. Siri, play a podcast. Anyway, stuff like that.
Yassir Lester, you're a dream. You are currently, you were on an amazing show with Adam Pally called Making History.
Yeah.
You are a comedian. You currently write and star on Black Monday with myself on Showtime. Mm-hmm. Tell us where else we can find you in every capacity.
I just like it. Twitter's dead. Just on Instagram.
But any stand-up shows coming up?
Oh, I'm at the Improv on the Hollywood Improv on Saturday at 10.
Nice. Peter will be there.
Man, you just anyway.
You've got a real career.
Yeah, wait, can I just tell you guys very quickly? I'm sorry to interrupt, but someone just came up to me at TIFF with one of those compliments. I was carrying 2 things of popcorn for Adam, and myself at the Hustlers premiere, and this woman goes, "Oh my god, I love you. Can I just tell you, I wanted to be an actress, but I stopped because I was so big. But when I see you up on the screen, I'm like, I could have done that." I am holding 2 large popcorns. I go, "Thank you." And she goes, "Seriously, like when I see you, I'm like, I could have," and then wandered off. Thank you. You're welcome for being as courageous as I am to show this body on screen.
That's cool.
People are so crazy.
People are monsters.
But here's the thing. The one cool thing about people is that they never withhold their opinions.
Yes. But when I tell you she thought she gave me like an A++ compliment, like I was going to go home that night and be like, I made that fat girl think she could dream. It's just crazy.
What I get a lot? I get in anything I've ever been in. And the thing that sucks is that he's all of our friend, but anytime I'm in anything, people, their first comment is like, "This would be better if it was Damon Wayans Jr." Every time. And I'm like,
who would say something would be better with someone? And I wish he had guest hosted tonight, but
But here's my thing. I'm like, technically it's true. But like, no. I'm not saying that for the looking for the compliment. Yeah. I'm saying that it's like
no one piped in when I said my false compliment. Go on.
No. Because
please, stop. I'm kidding. Go.
You're a dream.
Go.
You're gorgeous and you're an icon. I'm not going to let some fat girl in Canada try to tell you what you are and what you are not.
Okay, go on. But who would say to you we'd prefer to have
the internet? They love it, and just multiple. It doesn't matter. Find me on Instagram.
It's given me the idea that we do need to ask him.
We should ask him.
Should. Oh, he would really love it.
I would love to have him on.
I'd love to do it.
Maybe we call him.
Lester. What's your Instagram?
Instagram is at Yassir, so it's at YASSIR _ Lester Lester. I don't like a full name. It's aesthetically, I don't like a name just running as one block of letters. I like it. So I like, I'm saying for me, but I get that people.
Adore you. You're the funniest.
You are so funny.
Person.
You've had some controversial views tonight, but honestly, you've spoken truth.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to hear what we need to hear.
And they need to hear article comes out about this tomorrow. I will be dragging both of you with me.
I hope the article's like, there was probable discomfort in the host when the guest continued.
I'm like, wait a second. Danielle actively said a child is gonna kill someone. And Casey said a fat girl in Canada does not feel like she should think she's an equal. I'm fine.
Yeah, we're all fine.
We're all right where we should be.
Yeah. I hope you listen to this on your morning commute.
Thank you, Yassir.
Thanks for having
me. Thank you, Lyra. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Earwolf.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, Danielle. And thanks to your dress.
Yeah, everybody, vote for us, please.
Goodbye.
Guys, Yassir's gone. And just wanted to say that we love our redheaded listeners. I hope there's no love lost over an opinion.
What I hope there's really not lost are some votes.
So if you are a redhead and you wanted to
cast a vote, we'll cast a vote back your way.
You that we vote for you in life. Please vote for us in death. That's what I'm saying.
Thanks.
We love you.
Love you. Please vote. Bye.